everybody
Mhm.
knows the topic we talked about on our last show about the Vegas man who attacked the judge, who, like I said, who should have probably had a gold medal in pole vault instead of actually, or maybe long jump instead of actually catching these charges. But the thing was, I want to speak on now that he was revisited in the courtroom with a different judge and a slew of new charges, and they threw everything at him but the kitchen sink. And I'm trying to say they probably didn't throw the kitchen sink at him because they couldn't unscrew it. You know what I'm saying? They threw him with everything. They hit that man with a gross misdemeanor. What the hell? I had to Google it. You know how many charges I used to catch when I was younger? Like they never even threw that at me. They didn't even play with me like that. Like you know what I'm saying, they just gave me straight felony. Like they gave him felony, 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 felony for Officer 6, Officer 7, Officer 8, the judge, and gross misdemeanor. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Are we skipping a lot of stuff first? Like,
Like
I mean,
what?
in
What we
my opinion,
skipping?
huh?
Let's hear it. I was like, what we skipping? Let's hear it.
How about the fact that this man came for a simple petty misdemeanor crime originally?
Mhm.
Wasn't a felony. He was on probation for sure. The crime, but the original crime was very minute. It was very abysmal. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And like I said, I saw the original footage. I saw all the footage, everything. Now, what I also want to talk about is the fact that it is well documented that this man has a slew of mental illness problems, and most of his crimes were a result of that mental illness. So I just thought it was kind of just just all around fucked up because there's no
Mhm.
reason that you should charge that man for attempted murder and a slew of those charges. Now, unfortunately, like I understand that there's examples that have to be set and precedents that have to be, you know, what I mean, definitely established because there's no reason any individual should be able to attack a judge and do anything like that. I understand those things of that nature,
Mhm.
but the fact that nobody is taking into account of his mental illness and the fact that they're attempted murder. Come on, my dude, attempted murder. There's no come on, man. Like I would say, gross negligent. Like maybe like you could all the other charges they gave him. I wasn't really opposed to.
Mhm.
I feel like they could have, like, you know what I'm saying, because like all those charges he can be convicted of, there's always a slew of the term conditions where you
Mhm.
actually are, you know what I mean, your time can be subjugated to be like, at a mental institution or things like that. But when you get violent crimes of that nature, like attempted murder, those actually make you ineligible for those type of programs. So I feel
Mhm.
like they're trying to really railroad an individual, and that's why I didn't like the whole situation. Like he was wrong. I completely agree that he was wrong, but let's be real. Like I said, they only clipped it up. You know how the internet does. They clip it up and show you the him jumping over the thing and him fighting with other people. They never really showed too much of the original testimony that he gave when he was being very eloquent and, you know what I'm saying? And he had a mental episode and he snapped. Now, I'm not saying he's justified or he was wrong. I'm sorry, he was right at all. Unfortunately, he did commit some atrocities that are actually illegal. Like that was wild. I ain't gonna lie. When he hopped up over there with the big, we talked about it on the other episode, so I'm not gonna go back.
Mhm.
But I'm
Mhm.
saying though, like I was shocked too. Like, and the fact that like all of the other bailiffs were too slow, like they I understand what it is. The courtroom can't be embarrassed. They can't look bad upon. They can't have anybody thinking this is the thing to do when you don't like what the judge is saying. I understand. They're going to throw the book at somebody. Also, people are saying, what if that was your mother? Also, people are saying things like that. I
Mhm.
understand all those points. But you have to understand that this man is also a mental unstable person, a mentally unstable person. Like now, if you would have brought him in like Hannibal Lecter the first time, like you did the second time, then maybe this wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
but like I just said, like me personally, I felt the attempted murder situation was a little unjustified. I feel like the other charges could be maybe consecutive. I'm sorry, concurrent, and you know what I mean, congruent into another charge that can actually be for his mental health. That's the only thing I got with it. What do you think about the whole situation?
I mean, just I kind of
Go.
echo the what? No, I echo everything you're saying, but really, like, I don't know, man. Like, if he needed the help he was gonna need, he would have gotten that before he jumped. Maybe it was at least on the table. It wasn't foregone.
Or
And
over, not
him
over the table.
jumping,
That's what
but
you're
you
saying.
know what I mean, jumping towards the judge. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like him doing that, like that's where like you just set yourself back 2 steps because you're doing this in their house, and if it was any other way, if they did something like that in your house, you would hit them with the book. You'd hit them with every ramification possible.
True.
I just I don't like it, and I agree. Like if he's got like some kind of mental issues, then yeah, he needs to get that checked out. But like like any shot he had at trying to do that, getting those opportunities to like get help and maybe go towards a facility or something, those all just started to fade as time passed. Like you said, he started really great,
Mm.
really eloquent, right? So it's like those are the moments you can try to get that, but then
Right.
if you can't just hold it together right now while she got to spit what she got to spit about you and what you did,
Mm.
yeah, you might not be fit, but at the same time, if you're not even fit enough just to sit there and listen to what your repercussions are, in a sense, like, yeah, it doesn't sound like he's just some crazy criminal, but it sounds like he needs help. But
Yeah.
I don't even know where you could start with that. You know what I mean? Like,
And
he
that's
can't
why.
even. Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say he can't even understand the like. Seems
Yeah, he's
like he's
not there
having
yet.
trouble. Yeah, he
Yeah, for
doesn't
sure.
even understand the ramifications of what
Exactly.
he's doing and everything. So it's like,
Exactly. And this is one thing. Like I chastise a lot of street soldiers out there. You know what I mean? About how you so tough. You know what I'm saying? In the streets against your fellow black man, but you're not
yeah,
on that same type of energy when you get in front of that judge. I always say that.
mm-hmm.
I don't advocate for people to do that like at all. But I'm saying though, at least he stood on business. Like,
And
but the
it's
thing is,
different when you're there. When
yeah,
you're there,
exactly.
it's
But
different.
let's be real. Every time I caught a case or anything like that, I was I wasn't telling on nobody, but it was yes ma'am, no ma'am.
Mhm.
Like, and I
Gotta
and
be.
when they said, hey, you got to go sit down and go sit down for real. I'm still not jumping, lunging at the judge because I have the wherewithal, the mental wherewithal to know that, hey, this is definitely going to exacerbate my situation. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like this, the man went there for a I think I want to walk back my take earlier when I said that he had a misdemeanor. I think it was a felony, and it was
Mm-hmm.
a probation violation as well. So it was going to require him to probably sit down for maybe 1 to 2 years, something like that. So I do want to walk back the part. I remember now. Um, but even then, 2 years at the max is way better, even with no help for your mental health or anything like that, is way better than the slew of charges they threw at you the next time you saw the next judge. And I didn't even like the fact that the judge was snarky about it when she read the
Oh yeah.
charges. You saw that? Like she put the
Yeah.
extra sauce on it when she was saying it too. Oh, the gross misdemeanor. We finna make sure you get that one. Like, wait, hold on. Like,
Yeah, I didn't like
you better be
that. I didn't
happy
like
about giving me the charges. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I understand that, like I said, like I understand both parties. Like I said, like that for her, for that judge, that was a sister in arms. You know what I mean? Somebody you work with, part of your, you know what I mean, your fellow comrade in arms. You know what I'm saying? In the justice system, and so I understand those. You want to definitely exact revenge for somebody that you know. What I mean, I understand it. I understand both angles. I understand his angle as well. But like I said, what keeps being missed and not spoken about enough is the fact that this man had mental, sorry, a, a huge record of mental illness issues, like a huge record. Like it wasn't like it was like the last case. It
this is
was
the first
from
time.
18 years old to 29, like every case, like you know what I mean, like mixed in with a couple of the like pretty much he was the clear cut candidate like of mental health. Like you see like the exact signs like
Poster child.
can't poster child. That's what it is. A poster child for mental health. He can't articulate himself. He can't articulate himself when he's under duress. He can't actually. Like I said, he goes to drug abuse when he doesn't have like coping skills, things like that. Those are clear cut signs. He's catching those charges. It wasn't like he was a menace. It wasn't like he was out there robbing banks. He wasn't out there hurting people. Like it was things of because of his issue, you know? And when you can see that it's clear cut case, it's an A B thing, and then he actually had an episode and then spazzed out. Like that should have been something simple. That should have been like, okay, cool. He ain't there like that. Let's go ahead and put him over at Hillcrest over in Hillsdale. You know what I'm saying? And let's let him just figure it out with some self. And then maybe when he's competent, he can stand trial for maybe these charges. You know, something like that. They didn't do anything like that. They were like, nope, send him to prison. We're gonna try to give him the chair and then some.
Yeah, man. You can't
Like
can't have people thinking that's cool now to jump at the judge too. So
I know I'm totally with that. I'm totally with that because let's be real. If that would have got slid and maybe somebody else would have did it, now that might have jumped to a different state. Somebody like, hey,
that's
I
the
see the
new
man on YouTube
COE.
jumping. Yeah, so I understand. Like, so I understand
New
what they want the
COE.
story to be. They want the story to be man jumps over thing. Now you ain't never seen that man again. That's what they want. Same thing with the O Block people when they killed what's his name over and over there, and they made an example of them because they were on Rodeo Drive of Chicago. Like I understand, you have to make an
Yeah.
example sometimes. I understand, but like I said,
FBG duck, right?
huh?
FBG duck, right?
Yeah, FBG Duck. Like they made an example of them because they killed them on the Gold Coast. That's like the Rodeo Drive of Chicago. Like I understand they made an example, so that'll never happen again. I understand, but like for his situation, I just thought it was just a little insensitive, to be honest with you. That's just me personally.